Hello YouTube. So you've signed up for Hattrick and got yourself a new team. First of all, welcome to Hattrick. Here's a few tips on how to get about manager life in Hattrick. Number one, and probably one you might find a little boring, is that you have to read the manual and complete the manager license. But this is because there is a lot to digest. You find the manual by going to help, the manual, and I suggest reading about the training and the coach chapter 6 and chapter 7 first, and then followed by number 11 about the staff. Once you've read the first chapters, I suggest you read chapters in chunks and in relation to what you have to learn about the game in order to complete the manager license. Completing these tasks will add starting funds to your account balance. Don't spend any money unless you have determined how you're going about training players in your team. Number two, the pace of Hattrick. Initially, you'll feel that there's a lot of things to grasp, a lot of information to process, potentially a lot of players to sign for your new training setup, staff to hire, formations to work out, and division opponents to analyze and all that. But once you get into the groove of things, you might actually think that the game is slow and there's not much to do. Do remember though that Hattrick was conceived over 25 years ago and it's simply from a different time. But this is also a very nice thing because Hattrick is just as much about facilitating each update and optimizing everything in order to get a snowball rolling just a little better than all the other snowballs in the game. There's an update approximately every day. There's only one league game and you cannot speed up anything by playing more. You can spend more time learning about the market and the concepts of the game, and in that way you can improve each update and then get your snowball rolling a little better than all of the competition. If you look under the manual and the series system, you will be able to see that the league pyramid is in fact a pyramid, and most countries have around 6 or 5 divisions, and you can see that it's quite lonely at the top. But the fact is that you will have to gain some ground in order to go to the top. It's impossible to stay at the top. Teams in the first division in every country are so competitive, they'll have to burn down the team in order to get to the actual top. You cannot sustain it at the top, and that's your advantage, because if that was the case, you probably wouldn't ever be able to get to the top. But it takes time. Moving on to number 3, you have to make a training plan. If you want your team to be successful, you'll need to train players. There are different training concepts in Hattrick that require different things in order to succeed. Initially, as a newcomer, training players for profit in order to establish the club firmly is my advice. Goalkeeping and winger training are newly friendly training forms because they are faster, and it takes a smaller number of signings to initiate than other training forms. Make sure you train 17-year-olds and learn more about training in the video in the description below. This also leads to the next tip, because this is the main thing to discuss with number 4, your mentor. You have to find a mentor. You find this after completing the manager license. The license section of Hattrick becomes the mentor section after you complete the license. So the sad news about Hattrick is that we often see newcomers leave the game quite fast again. And there are of course many reasons of this. But I think one of them is there's potentially a lot of mistakes to be made early because you don't understand the game, and then you find out that it takes a while, and it even takes longer now that you have to correct all these mistakes. Some might even feel that it's impossible. So my advice is find a mentor to spar with. And the essential topic here, of course, is the training plan. A successful training plan is crucial to your success as a Hattrick manager. Number 5 to consider is opening a youth academy. The reason why you want to start an academy quite soon is if you want to have a chance of accelerating the establishment of your club faster than what your training setup can provide, you have to find talented players. Finding the best possible players is like a lottery. Having more scouts and the possibility to pull players at the age of 17 years and exactly 0 days increases the chances of your players being more valuable. Finding valuable players could potentially boost your economy of the club. And as I said earlier, if you can get the snowball rolling just a little faster, picking up a little more snow, it'll help you in the long run. Number 6. Your stadium. You need to expand your stadium. New teams start with a fairly small stadium compared to the number of fans. The number of fans will also rise greatly in the beginning of your club career because, well, that's just the potential there is in a new club. So if you don't expand your stadium almost immediately, you will be losing money. The construction cost of new seats and the base construction fee is low, and you only have to sell your tickets once in order to pay them off. This means that you will have to go about increasing especially your VIP seats initially. You start without VIP seats. It's also worth mentioning that supporters will not move to another sections if tickets are not available. They simply go home. So you lose money as soon as you cannot sell the seat. You should treat every sector of the stadium as an individual stadium itself, because supporters going to the terraces won't be moving to the basic seating if they can't go there. Check out the link to the CHPP tool that helps you determine the perfect stadium size in the description below. Finally, as a little bonus, if you are just keen to know everything there is to know about Hattrick and you feel that the game manual is a little vague in some of the descriptions, it's because that is actually the case. So the community, Sorbas, back in the day, made this forum topic called the Unwritten Manual. It contains a plethora of information and knowledge about the game that has been collected by the user community over the years, and there's a lot of things to learn here that you cannot learn in the ordinary game manual. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you get a great career in Hattrick. See you in game. Thanks for watching.